Welcome back to Mighty Men Refined, where we explore the wisdom of the ages and apply it to our modern lives. Today we have a fascinating topic lined up for you that's both relatable and insightful. But before we dive in, if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our valuable content. And don't forget to check out our previous video on 7 amazing ways to control lust. It's a game changer. All right, now let's get into it. Regret, my friends, is a universal feeling that all of us have experienced at some point in our lives. It's that nagging sense of what if or if only that can keep us up at night. But here's the kicker. It's not just you. The great Stoic philosophers of ancient Greece and Rome wrestled with this feeling too. Before we jump into how to tackle regret, let's have a quick look at Stoicism. It's a philosophical approach that teaches us about rationality, virtue, and self-control. The Stoics believed in living in harmony with nature, accepting what we can't control, and focusing on what we can. The first Stoic strategy for dealing with regret is a fundamental principle known as the dichotomy of control. This concept is central to Stoic philosophy and addresses the idea that there are things we can control and things we cannot. Understanding and embracing this dichotomy is a powerful tool for managing regret in our lives. Stoics believe that we have control over our own thoughts, actions, and judgments. These are considered the only things within our power. For example, you can control whether you choose to pursue a specific career or to maintain a healthy lifestyle. On the other hand, external events, outcomes, and the actions of others are beyond our control. For instance, you cannot control the weather, the decisions of your co-workers, or the global economy. The essence of this strategy is to focus our attention on what we can control. Regret often arises from dwelling on events or outcomes beyond our control. When we understand that we cannot change these external factors, we free ourselves from the burden of regret. Consider a job interview you went through. You prepared diligently and gave it your best shot. However, you didn't get the job. In a non-Stoic approach, you might spend hours ruminating about what went wrong or the interviewer's perceptions. A Stoic approach would involve acknowledging that the outcome, getting the job, is not entirely within your control. What you can control are your preparation, how you presented yourself, and your attitude. By accepting this dichotomy, you can let go of any regret about the outcome because you know you did your best with what was within your power. In daily life, applying the dichotomy of control means taking a moment to assess the factors involved in any situation. When a situation doesn't go as planned, consider what aspects were within your control and what weren't. The second Stoic strategy, negative visualization, may sound counterintuitive, but it's a profound technique that involves contemplating worst-case scenarios. Stoics use this practice to prepare themselves mentally for adverse events and to cultivate gratitude and resilience. The idea behind negative visualization is to use your imagination to explore possible negative outcomes in various situations. By mentally experiencing the worst possible results, you're better prepared for any actual adversity that might occur. This practice is rooted in the notion that we often take the present for granted. When we anticipate negative scenarios, it helps us develop a profound sense of appreciation for our current situation. It's easy to forget how fortunate we are until we contemplate what life would be like without the things we cherish. When Stoics encounter actual adversity, they've already mentally prepared themselves for the possibility. This reduces the shock of unexpected setbacks, making them easier to accept and cope with. Negative visualization also helps in minimizing regret. Regret often stems from not appreciating what we have until we lose it. By contemplating the loss of the things we value most, we're less likely to take them for granted. To apply negative visualization, take some time each day to reflect on what you value in your life. Then, imagine losing these things or having them taken away. It might be your family, health, career, or other aspects of your life. This exercise can be emotionally intense, but can have a profound impact on your outlook. It's not about dwelling on negative thoughts, but rather about briefly acknowledging and appreciating the positives we have in the present. Let's say you're in a loving relationship. Negative visualization might involve imagining a life without your partner due to unforeseen circumstances. This exercise allows you to appreciate your partner more, cherish the moments you have together, and avoid taking the relationship for granted. If you ever face challenges in your relationship, you're better prepared and less likely to experience regret because you've already contemplated life without it. Ever heard of memento mori? It means remember that you will die. The Stoic principle of memento mori serves as a poignant reminder of our mortality and transience. It encourages individuals to reflect on their own mortality, acknowledging that death is an inevitable part of life. This practice, seemingly morbid, has profound implications for how we approach regret and live our lives. Memento mori invites us to reflect on the finite nature of our existence. By acknowledging our mortality and the limited time we have on this earth, we are motivated to make the most of our lives and appreciate the present moment. Understanding that life is short instills a sense of urgency to live in accordance with our values and principles. Regret often arises from missed opportunities or not taking action when we had the chance. Memento mori reminds us that we don't have an unlimited supply of time. This Stoic practice encourages us to reflect on what truly matters in our lives. When confronted with regret, it often stems from choices or actions that weren't aligned with our core values. By embracing our mortality, we're more likely to focus on the things that genuinely bring meaning and fulfillment to our lives. To practice memento mori, set aside time to contemplate your mortality regularly. You can do this through journaling, meditation, or even by keeping a symbolic reminder of death. This exercise is not about dwelling on morbidity, but about acknowledging the impermanence of life and using that awareness to make the most of the time you have. Imagine you're hesitant to pursue a passion or embark on a new adventure. Practicing memento mori involves reflecting on the fact that life is finite and the time for pursuing your dreams is limited. This realization can be a powerful motivator to overcome fear, regret, and procrastination. Stoicism places a strong emphasis on the concept of virtue as the highest good. In this context, virtue refers to moral excellence and living in accordance with one's values and ethics. This Stoic strategy provides profound insights into how we can navigate regret by focusing on our character and ethical choices. According to Stoicism, the path to a good life lies in cultivating virtue. Virtue includes qualities such as wisdom, courage, justice, and self-discipline. Living virtuously means making decisions and taking actions in alignment with these qualities. Stoics assert that virtue is the highest good, and it's the only thing truly under our control. Material possessions, social status, and external circumstances are considered indifferents because they are not entirely within our power. When we prioritize virtue, we base our sense of self-worth on qualities that are entirely within our control. Regret often arises from actions that conflict with our values and ethical principles. By embracing virtue as the highest good, we're better equipped to make decisions that align with our core values. When we make ethical choices, even in the face of adversity, we're less likely to experience regret because we know we acted in the best way we could. To apply this Stoic strategy, take time to define your core values and the virtues you wish to embody. Regularly assess your choices and actions to ensure they align with your principles. When faced with a decision, ask yourself what the virtuous course of action is. Let's say you have a choice to advance your career by engaging in unethical practices. Embracing virtue as the highest good means choosing to act with integrity and honesty, even if it means slower progress. While you might face short-term setbacks, you're unlikely to experience the deep regret that often accompanies unethical behavior. Now let's dive into mindfulness and meditation. Mindfulness and meditation are powerful tools for managing regret from a Stoic perspective. These practices encourage self-awareness, emotional regulation, and living in the present moment. Mindfulness involves being fully present and attentive to your thoughts, emotions, and surroundings. Practicing mindfulness allows you to recognize when regret arises and acknowledge it without judgment. Regret often triggers intense emotions. Mindfulness helps you observe these emotions without being overwhelmed by them. By staying calm and centered, you can better manage the feelings of remorse. Stoicism encourages living in the here and now. Mindfulness promotes this by grounding you in the present moment, reducing excessive rumination about the past and anxiety about the future. Incorporate mindfulness into your daily routine through meditation, deep breathing exercises, or simply by dedicating moments to self-reflection. When regret surfaces, pause and observe your thoughts and emotions. This awareness can help you make deliberate choices about how to respond to regret. If you find yourself regretting past decisions or actions, mindfulness can help you gently explore these feelings. Rather than dwelling on them, use mindfulness to acknowledge the regret and then shift your focus to the present, where you have the opportunity to make more constructive choices. Gratitude journaling is a Stoic strategy that encourages us to focus on the positive aspects of life. By shifting our perspective away from past mistakes, we minimize the impact of regret. Gratitude journaling involves regularly writing down things you're grateful for. This practice shifts your attention from dwelling on regrets to appreciating the blessings in your life. Regret can often overshadow the positive aspects of life. Gratitude journaling encourages you to recognize the good things that have occurred, even alongside regrets. By acknowledging the things you're grateful for, you're more likely to experience contentment, reducing the impact of regret. Start a gratitude journal where you record things you're grateful for, daily or weekly. When regret surfaces, read through your journal to remind yourself of the positives in your life. Let's say you regret not pursuing a particular career path. Gratitude journaling helps you shift your focus to the aspects of your current career or life that you appreciate. By recognizing the positives, you can reduce the intensity of your regret. Lastly, reflecting on past actions. Instead of agonizing over past choices, Stoicism teaches us to see them as opportunities for growth. View regret as a catalyst for improvement, not as a burden. Stoicism encourages self-examination and self-improvement. Reflecting on past actions allows you to learn from mistakes, make amends, and grow as an individual. Regularly reflect on your past actions and decisions. Stoicism places importance on self-awareness and taking responsibility for your choices. When you experience regret, view it as an opportunity for growth. Reflect on what led to the regret and how you can avoid similar situations in the future. If your actions have harmed others and led to regret, Stoicism encourages making amends and seeking forgiveness. This process can alleviate the burden of remorse. Dedicate time for self-reflection, possibly through journaling. When regret arises, consider why it occurred and what you can learn from it. Use these reflections to make better choices in the future. If you regret a past argument with a friend, reflecting on this experience allows you to identify where things went wrong and how you can handle conflicts more effectively in the future. You might also reach out to your friend to apologize and make amends. Incorporate these Stoic strategies into your life, and you'll find that regret doesn't hold the same power over you. With practices like the dichotomy of control, negative visualization, memento mori, prioritizing virtue, mindfulness, gratitude journaling, and reflection, you'll attain inner peace and conquer regret. There you have it, my friends, a journey into Stoic wisdom to conquer regret. But remember, knowledge is just the beginning. To truly benefit from these strategies, you need to put them into action. Don't forget to like this video if you found it valuable and share it with someone who needs it. And if you haven't watched our video on 7 amazing ways to control lust, now's the perfect time to check it out. Thanks for being part of our community, and we'll see you in the next one.